The return of love and marriage, Huntsville has brought with it yet another wave of messy drama, and this time, it's centering around Ms. Wanda, Nell Fletcher, and Tisha Scott. What's supposed to be a new season filled with growth and fresh stories has already turned into chaos, arguments, and more recycled conflict than anyone asked for. Viewers who thought the show might go in a new direction are now realizing that the same toxic cycles are playing out again. And in true Huntsville fashion, family ties, alliances, and bad energy are at the root of everything. From the moment the trailer dropped, fans knew something was off. The energy was chaotic, the tension thick, and it was clear that whatever peace these cast members claimed to have found was short-lived. The clip showing Nell and Tisha getting into it instantly went viral, and when Ms. Wanda entered the mix, things got even more explosive. This isn't just another argument between castmates, this is personal. This is about loyalty, image, and pride. And what's worse, it's showing how messy these Huntsville alliances have truly become. Let's start with Ms. Wanda. Viewers already know she's not the type to stay quiet, especially when it comes to anything involving her daughter, Tisha. Wanda has built a reputation for inserting herself into situations that don't concern her, all under the excuse of protecting her child. But this time, her interference seems to have gone too far. The trailer hints that Ms. Wanda and Nell Fletcher end up in a heated confrontation, one that gets physical. And honestly, nobody's surprised. Because if there's one thing consistent about Wanda, it's that she always finds a way to stir the pot. Nell Fletcher, on the other hand, is not usually one to get into physical altercations. She's known for being calm, graceful, and composed. But when it comes to love and marriage, Huntsville, even the most level-headed people eventually get dragged into the chaos. From what fans are saying, it looks like Nell reached her breaking point. Whether it was Tisha's attitude, Wanda's interference, or something that's been brewing behind the scenes, Nell wasn't having it. And it's about time someone stood up to the Scotts. Now, looking closer at the trailer, the tension between Nell and Tisha is clear. Nell seems to feel like Tisha is trying to make something bigger than it is, pushing drama where there doesn't need to be any. And to be fair, Tisha has a pattern of doing exactly that. She's known for playing the victim while stirring up drama behind the scenes, and this time, Nell wasn't about to sit quietly while Tisha played her usual games. The dynamic between them feels uncomfortable, like two people pretending to get along when everyone can tell they really can't stand each other. Fans have been saying for a while that Tisha seems to have inherited Wanda's messy behavior. Every time she's in conflict, Wanda finds her way into it too. It's like mother and daughter feed off each other's energy, and instead of calming things down, Wanda amplifies it. The result? A cycle of chaos that never ends. Viewers are tired. Every season feels like the same arguments on repeat, with nothing fresh or exciting to balance it out. And at this point, it's starting to make people question why the show can't move forward. When Wanda jumped into Nell and Tisha's business, it was clear that she wasn't going to let her daughter fight her own battles. That's been the issue since the beginning. Tisha is grown, married, and has a life of her own, but Wanda still treats her like a child who needs saving. But when you mix that kind of behavior with strong personalities like Nell, it's a recipe for disaster. And this time, the trailer suggests things went beyond words. Whatever happened between them must have been bad enough to make fans gasp, because Wanda and Nell getting physical is a level of drama nobody expected, but everyone saw coming. Now, let's talk about how we got here. From the start, there's been tension between Nell and the Scotts. The Scotts, meaning Marceau, Maurice, Tisha, and Kimmy, have always had this unspoken alliance that makes the show feel lopsided. They operate as a tight-knit group that rarely holds each other accountable. Instead, they double down, deflect, and protect their image no matter what. And that dynamic has made it nearly impossible for new cast members or outsiders like Nell to truly fit in. It always becomes a battle of us versus them. And that's exactly what viewers are picking up again this season. Too many alliances, too many overlapping loyalties, and not enough individuality. It's hard for the show to evolve when everyone's protecting each other instead of being real. That's what makes the drama between Nell, Tisha, and Wanda stand out, because it's one of the few moments that feels authentic, even if it's messy. You can tell there's real emotion behind it. It's not just a storyline, it's personal frustration spilling over. Fans online have been saying for a while that Love and Marriage, Huntsville needs a shake-up. The storylines are getting stale. The same people are fighting about the same thing season after season. There's only so many times the audience can watch conversations about who said what, who's loyal to who, and who's not a real friend. It's gotten predictable. And when viewers start calling the show boring, that's when you know something needs to change. Even in the trailer, fans noticed recycled themes, like Maurice and Kimmy talking about their sex life again. How many seasons can we watch that? It's uncomfortable, unnecessary, and adds nothing new to the storyline. The sad part is that this show used to be one of the most talked about reality shows on OWN. It had passion, drive, and raw emotion. But somewhere along the way, the Scots alliance and the repetitive drama drained the excitement out of it. Viewers now tune in more for the off-screen chaos than the actual show. And that's exactly what's happening now. The drama between Wanda, Nell, and Tisha is generating more buzz than anything else in the trailer. What's interesting about this situation is how the alliances affect the dynamic. You have Wanda, Tisha, Marceau, Kimmy, and Maurice all essentially on the same side. Then, Destiny has ties to them too, which makes it 6 people moving as a unit. Meanwhile, you've got people like Nell, Chris, and other cast members who are isolated, without any real allies on the show. It creates an imbalance. And when one group holds most of the power, it's easy for them to control narratives, push blame elsewhere, and make others look like the problem. That's why Nell's moment in the trailer feels so significant. She's not part of their alliance, and she's clearly fed up. For too long, people have tiptoed around the Scots, but Nell seems ready to break that pattern. If she did get physical, it's not about being violent, it's about frustration. It's about someone finally standing up to a group that's gotten away with too much for too long. And when you think about it, Wanda getting confronted was long overdue. She spent years calling people out, talking down to them, and inserting herself into drama. Maybe now she's realizing that everyone won't just stand there and take it anymore. But while this kind of explosive moment might bring short-term excitement, it also highlights how broken the show's structure is. Viewers want real storylines, not just shouting matches. They want to see growth, evolution, and something beyond recycled conflict. Yet, season after season, the cast keeps falling into the same traps. Even fans who once loved Tisha are starting to turn away. Many feel she's too defensive, too loyal to the wrong people, and too caught up in trying to control her image. Instead of owning her mistakes, she blames others. And with Wanda by her side, it just amplifies that behavior. Meanwhile, Nell is slowly becoming the unexpected voice of reason. She calls things out, questions motives, and refuses to play along with fake narratives. That's what makes her clashes with Tisha so fascinating, because it's not just drama for the cameras. It's a clash between truth and pretense. Between someone who wants honesty and someone who wants control. And Wanda's interference only proves that Tisha can't handle confrontation on her own. If she could, her mother wouldn't need to jump in. The reaction from fans has been divided. Some are cheering Nell on, saying it's about time someone put Wanda in her place. Others think both sides are wrong for letting things get physical. But the one thing everyone agrees on is that this show desperately needs a reset. There are too many family ties and not enough fresh perspectives. It's hard to have authentic conflict when everyone is related, married, or connected through alliances. It creates a wall that stops any real growth or change. If Carlos King really wants to save Love and Marriage, Huntsville, he has to start cutting some of these alliances down. Too many of the same people are on the screen doing the same thing. The suggestion some fans made actually makes sense: only keep one of the Scott couples as the main cast and make the other a friend of the show. That way, the group dynamic changes. It forces people to step outside of their comfort zones. Right now, it's like watching a family reunion that never ends, and viewers are tired of it. Imagine if Kimmy and Maurice were removed and replaced with new personalities who could bring something fresh. The energy would shift immediately. New people would bring new stories, new drama, and maybe even some accountability. Because right now, there's none. The Scotts protect each other no matter what, and it's made the show predictable. Even the producers seem to know that Wanda will cause drama, it's almost like they rely on it at this point. But drama without direction isn't good TV. It's just noise. As for Wanda, she's clearly not going anywhere anytime soon. She thrives on attention, and as long as people react, she'll keep doing what she does best, creating chaos. But this latest situation with Nell might finally test her limits. If things got physical, that could have consequences. OWN has been known to step in when things go too far. And with the network trying to maintain its image, this might not be a good look. Especially with fans already calling the show boring. They don't want to lose viewers because the cast can't control themselves. Another layer to this story is how the men on the show react to all of it. Marceau and Maurice often stay quiet when the women fight, only stepping in when it affects them directly. That silence speaks volumes. It shows how divided and disconnected the cast really is. They all claim to want peace and positivity, but their actions tell a different story. Whether it's infidelity rumors, business drama, or emotional manipulation, it always circles back to the same themes: pride, ego, and a lack of accountability. Even Kimmy, who once seemed like a voice of reason, is now caught up in old storylines. The trailer showed her once again discussing her sex life with Maurice, and fans collectively rolled their eyes. After everything she's been through, it feels like a waste to reduce her story to that. There's so much more she could share, about healing, growth, and rebuilding after illness. Instead, it's back to the same tired conversations. And that's why people are tuning out. The sad truth is that Love and Marriage, Huntsville has all the ingredients to be a great show again. But until the cast, and especially the Scotts, break out of their repetitive alliances, it will stay stuck. The show used to represent ambition, business, and black excellence. Now, it's become known for bickering and broken friendships. The light that once made it special is fading, replaced by pettiness and overexposure. And that's why moments like Wanda vs. Nell hit so hard. It's the kind of raw chaos that feels real, even if it's not positive. It reminds viewers that under all the fake smiles and controlled storylines, these people are still human, still flawed, and still caught up in emotions that they can't hide. It's not scripted, it's real frustration spilling into the spotlight. But how long can that last before it becomes too much? The audience can only take so many shouting matches and recycled plots before they move on. The ratings already show a dip, and if the upcoming season doesn't deliver something new, this might be the beginning of the end for Love and Marriage, Huntsville. The network can't keep relying on Wanda to carry the show. They need depth, not just drama. As for Nell, this could be her defining moment. Standing up to Wanda and Tisha could earn her a lot of respect, especially from fans who are tired of seeing the same people dominate the narrative. But it could also make her a target. If the alliance closes ranks, Nell might find herself isolated and painted as the villain. That's usually how it goes, anyone who challenges the Scotts becomes the problem. Just look at what happened with Melody. This moment between Nell and Wanda is more than just a fight, it's a reflection of everything wrong with the show. Too many loyalties, not enough honesty, and too much interference. If this season doesn't address those issues, the show will keep spinning in circles. Because until these cast members learn to take accountability, no amount of new trailers or physical confrontations will fix what's broken. Still, one thing is for sure, fans are watching. Whether they're frustrated, disappointed, or entertained, people will tune in to see how far things go. Because even when Love and Marriage, Huntsville feels stale, it still knows how to stir emotions. The challenge now is whether the show can turn this chaos into something meaningful, or if it'll just become another example of reality TV gone wrong. And so, as the new season approaches, all eyes are on Nell, Wanda, and Tisha. Will they be able to move forward, or will this fight set the tone for yet another toxic season? The answers are coming soon. But one thing is already clear: Huntsville might have lost its spark, but the drama is far from over.